Hello, today I'm going to be performing some maintenance on a few of my OTFs. My Scarab that I just got has developed some spring sing, which is when you fire the action and you can hear the springs inside sort of going twang afterwards. See if you can hear it. Might not be able to. This one is a little bit more pronounced, I think. Now, I don't know if you could hear that, but these two both need some grease on the springs. And this is what we're going to be using, white lithium grease. This is what Microtech uses. Just here's an example of what it's supposed to sound like. And this one. Neither of those have any spring sing, so we're going to put those off to the side. Okay, so the tool we're going to be using is a Weehaw T8, and it luckily it fits both of these. So let's just start with the Scarab. This is a Scarab Gen 2, sorry, Gen 3, in the Apocalyptic, with a fluted spine and another thing down there. The newer ones, the newer Gen 3s don't have the fluted spine. Anyways, let's open it up. So Microtech recommends you take it off track before you open it. Alright, so we're gonna actually start with the glass breaker. So what you need is like a metal rod or something, and you just put it in there and hopefully it doesn't break. There we go. That got it started. Yep, and you can just, once it's loose, you can pretty much take it off quite easily. Here's that Microtech clip with the Scarab on it. Very cool. You want to make sure you keep track of all your parts. Huh, there's some like debris in here. Might be some kind of Loctite or something. I don't know. Just blow that off. Maybe it's like glue. Not really sure. And now we just do the T8, the Torx on the sides. Oh, I gotta switch. I'm not gonna speed this up because, you know, maybe people want to listen to this in the background or something. And it's more helpful if it's in real time. I'm just unscrewing these all the way, and then I'll tip it over and let them fall out. Okay, two more. Last one. Alright, now these should all be loose enough to just, whoop. Oh, we didn't even have to make them fall out. Although they are still in there. You know what? I'm going to leave them. And here you can see the inside of a Scarab 2 Gen 3. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot of grease on here. They really just put like a tiny dot in the middle. Now this is still fairly new, so I don't need to clean or lube anything. So I'm really just gonna put the grease on the springs and call it a day. Alright, so I've actually not used this before, but I did watch that Microtech maintenance video that they came out with recently, and he said basically use a toothpick, just a really small amount, and just lightly coat it work it in there. And after you apply a coat, you can test it and see if it still has that spring sing. Oh, there's some pressure in here. It's coming out on its own. That's not good. Yeah, you don't really want to get any on the chassis or whatever it's called, the driver, the plate. Just want a pretty thin coating. All right, that looks like a pretty decent amount, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. Now you don't have to re-screw everything, as long as you, oh, the button came, the button fell out. So you want this screw, I think you want it right on there, on the part that's sticking out. Could be wrong, but actually, let me just make sure. You know what, I actually don't think it matters. Oh, look, the stop pin is different. It's not a circle, it's like a oval. That's interesting. Anyways, let's put this back together best that I can. Oops, the spring just fell out. Okay, I'm not exactly sure. Oh, there's little cutouts right next to the spring. Yeah, I think that's what you want to put it in or whatever. Maybe. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see, that works. Okay, now let's close it up. Okay, now I'm not gonna screw it down yet because I want to see if it's still singing. Oh my gosh. And 2 of my screws just went flying. One sec. For situations like this, I recommend a magnetic tail on the flashlight, and you can just pick it up really easily. It helps if you lost it as well. All right, you know what? I don't want those flying all over the place, so I'm just gonna, there we go. All right, let's listen. Okay, that is no longer singing. So I'm just gonna screw these back up because this one is done. And after this, I'm gonna be doing that yellow lightning OTF. So stick around or not. If you just wanted to see the Scarab, that's fine too. Now, for this situation, if you wanted to swap the clip around, this would be a good time to do so since you already have it off. But I'm right-handed, so I won't be switching it. Oh, oops. I was screwing it the wrong way. Silly goose. Yeah, I love this Scarab specifically because it has these Torx screws. You don't have to use like weird things like this for the tri-wing screws. Like for these. These are much better, the Torx screws. Makes it much more serviceable. Now that was quite a bit of grease, so I don't think I should be having any more problems with that spring staying on there. And if you wanted, you could put some Loctite on these, but I don't really need to. I don't feel like they're gonna fall out anytime soon. And I'm not really cranking these down either. I'm just making them nice and snug on there. Because you definitely don't want to strip anything on something this expensive. Yeah, that's much better. And you can also tell the difference with the grip pattern. Without the clip on, it's easier to see. There's no middle connection thing right there. So maybe if you wanted a cleaner look, you could swap the clip over just for that line. But I'm not gonna do that. Also, just noticed this isn't solid. It's kind of hollow. That's kind of cool. Alright, and I'm going to use this and just tighten it down a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. There you go. It's all ready. Now let's do the Lightning Elite. Or no, not the Elite. Just the Lightning. This one, you don't really need to take off the pocket clip. Oop, you gotta swap modes again. All right, 2 more. And last one. Okay. Now some of these have screws that are... Oh, actually, let's disengage it first. There we go. Some of these have screws that are not really secured to anything, so you might want to be wary of something flying off when you open these up. And this does not want to open up. Let me use my pry bar here. It's brass, so it's not going to scratch anything that's made out of steel. Okay. Now, this does still have grease on it. Oh, look at that. It has a double spring as well. Interesting. Although there's no spring for the button. That's curious. Ooh, look at that. That is dirty. I might need to clean this one a little bit. Let me grab a cotton swab. 2 seconds. Okay. So yeah, you can just kind of dab up these disgustingly filthy areas. Wow, that is really dirty. Dang, maybe I should have grabbed even more. It's just the lubrication that's got some gunk on it. There's nothing wrong with the thing itself. Huh, if you run your finger over this, there's like sharp parts where they didn't really finish knocking those edges down. But, you know, this is basically a $30 OTF, so you can't really ask for too much. Now you can see the stop pin on this one is just a circle. So, I don't really know if it makes a difference, but... And you can also see there's absolutely no grease on here. So we're gonna fix that real quick. Oop, that's a lot. Yeah, you don't need that much. And these are stuck together, so I'm probably just gonna smush it all over. Okay, a bit more. You don't want to overdo it, because this could be a point of failure if you over gunk it up with grease. Alright, that's a lot. Probably too much, in fact, but that's okay. All right. Close that up. Now, like the other one, you want to test this before you completely screw it back together. So I'm just going to put the plate back on. Okay. There's still a little bit, actually. That's interesting. Let's see. Open it up again. Oop. Okay. Let's just massage that grease in there a bit more, maybe. Get it on the sides. Really slather it. Okay, well, that's about as good as I can do. It's basically submerged at this point. Okay. We compare. You know, I think it might be the body itself that's vibrating, because I don't think the springs are making that noise anymore. I think it's the chassis itself, because these are really cheaply made. But I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it. Whoop. Oops. I think I might have just, it might have just skipped the teeth on that screw. Oop, I did it again. Yeah, these are really soft, cheap screws anyways. All right, so there you have it. No more spring staying on the Scarab or the Lightnings. Well, a little bit on the Lightning, but it's really unavoidable, I guess. Not really anything else you can do in that situation. So thanks for watching.